Hi, my name is Gerry, and today I'm going to be checking out TeloFi from Black Salt Audio. Alright, so we're over here in Pro Tools land now, and this is TeloFi. I currently have it on the rhythm guitar bus, and basically it's an all-in-one plugin for creating that classic lo-fi telephone effect. You know the one, like when a song starts and it has a big trashy drum intro, or sometimes you hear a lo-fi effect on some guitars right before a breakdown, or some screaming vocals to help build up the intensity. It's an effect that's used all the time, but typically you would need to load up 4 or 5 plugins to achieve this. Things like an EQ plugin, compression, maybe a little bit of saturation, delay, and suddenly your plugin chain has gotten a lot more cumbersome. Not to mention, if you're trying to automate any of those parameters, doing that for 4 or 5 plugins can become a headache very quickly. I actually made a whole video demonstrating that, but thankfully, TeloFi simplifies everything and puts it all into one plugin. With that being said, let's take a listen to the session. I have an intro bit that I think can really benefit from some TeloFi. Alright, it's kinda cool, but it's in dire need of something. Let's go ahead and engage TeloFi and see what we can do with it. Oh, the EQ plugin on the rhythm guitar bus, by the way, is only doing some corrective stuff to help clean it up a little bit. Alright, so immediately you can hear that the plugin is already dialed in to give us a great lo-fi sound, but let's go ahead and break down each of the modules. First up is the effect control. This controls how extreme or how subtle the overall effect is. This is basically doing the thing where it opens up and closes the filter. The tone control shifts the effect up and down the frequency spectrum, so you can choose to make it dark and muffled or thin and bright. The comp control is a built-in compressor with fixed settings that are optimized for TeloFi. I like cranking this for those big drum intros, but let's see what it does to the guitars. The dirt control is a built-in distortion for adding extra character and aggression. Again, probably not the greatest for rhythm guitars that are already distorted, but this is actually really cool on some vocals, and I'll actually showcase that a little bit later. And finally, the slap control is a custom slap delay to add texture to your lo-fi track. Great for adding a little bit of movement and getting your track to sit perfectly in the mix. You also have a mix knob and an output control, which are both fully automatable, and that's just so great. Could you imagine not only having 4 or 5 plugins to achieve the lo-fi sound, but then on top of that, having to automate them all? No thank you. Like all Black Salt Audio plugins, this little drop-down window is where you're going to find all of these wonderful presets. And if you ever need a reminder on how any of these controls work, you can always click on the logo and it'll automatically open up the owner's manual. Speaking of presets, I'm actually going to select the Guitar Classic Lo-Fi preset and start there. Cool, so I like how that's sounding, but I think it'd be really cool if we automate the tone control so that it sweeps up to that point, and then do the opposite thing with the effect control. Set that to 100 so that it opens up as the riff keeps playing. So let's enable effect and tone for automation and draw those points in. All right, let's give it a listen. All right, let's hear it with the drums. So much cooler now. All right, it's practically there, but I think it'd be really cool if we also automate the mix knob so that it goes from 100 to 0, right in between the drums dropping out and all of the instruments coming in together. All right, let's hear it from the beginning so we can get the full effect. So yeah, I'm really stoked on TeloFi. Like the rest of the BSA catalog, it's very easy to use and it sounds great. Now let's listen to TeloFi on some drums and vocals. Okay, so I have another session open and I'm just gonna very quickly show you where I'm using TeloFi and not really go into the whole process of automating again. In this one, I actually use TeloFi on the drum bus, the rhythm guitar bus, and the mix bus, but let's start with the drum bus. All right, so I'm utilizing a little bit of each module here, and I'm automating the effect knob and the mix knob again right at the end. The big one to pay attention to is the comp knob, as I have that set all the way up to 60%. This is really great for getting that big chaotic drum room sound. Actually, let me bypass that automation real fast. Cool, now let's very quickly check out the rhythm guitars and that master bus. Okay, similar thing, I'm automating the effect knob again, but this time I'm also automating the master bypass on and off. I wanted this section to be much more instantaneous sounding. And finally, the master bus. I'm actually using TeloFi here for a cool outro dropout thingy, if you will. As you can see, I'm automating the effect knob, the tone knob, comp, the mix control, and even the output control. Remember when I said how much of a headache it would be trying to automate and accomplish the same thing with 4 or 5 separate plugins? Yeah, really let that one seep in. Okay, let's jump sessions one final time and listen to TeloFi on some vocals. Alright, kind of switching up genres here. This is a song called Underwater that my partner Crime Georgie and I did together. Some subscribers of the channel might recognize her as she tends to give me a hand with these videos from time to time. Anyway, there's a pre-chorus section where it builds up in intensity, and Georgie does some really great belting right before it hits into the chorus. Here it is with TeloFi bypassed and then engaged.
Now in your head there's a judge and jury, and you're on trial till the end of time. When you're
And now engaged.
now in your head there's a judge and jury, and you're on trial till the end of time. When you're
Alright, this time I'm really utilizing the dirt control. I'm automating it so that it goes all the way up to 100%, and I'm also automating the mix knob so that it goes from 100 to 0 right before the chorus kicks in.
now in your head there's a judge and jury, and you're on trial till the end of time.
And that's pretty much TeloFi in a nutshell.
No, this is me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell!
That was shameful. I already used that joke on the Black Salt Audio YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. To my subscribers out there, you might have noticed that I've been sharing a lot of videos from the Black Salt Audio YouTube channel on the community tab. Well, that's because I've recently become their content creator, so if you want even more Gerry action for whatever reason, be sure to head on over there and maybe subscribe while you're at it. We post a lot of mixing tutorials over there. Now, I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea and think that this isn't an honest video, like Black Salt put me up to making this or something. They do pay me to make videos over on their channel, so this is entirely my own endeavor. But I must say that the team over at BSA have been so wonderful, and I've been genuinely a fan of their plugins since they launched last year. Their motto, or our motto I should say, is better sound simplified, and I really couldn't put it better myself. Black Salt audio plugins are just so intuitively easy to use, and TeloFi really is no different. But what do you guys think about TeloFi? Is this a plugin that you're considering on getting? If you're on the fence, there'll be a link in the description where you can get yourself a 14-day free trial of TeloFi, or any BSA plugin for that matter. Oh, and if you sign up for the mailing list, we tend to give out exclusive discount codes over email, but you didn't hear it from me. Again, thank you for watching. If you'd like, you can keep up to date with me and follow me on all kinds of social media. I'm sure that's on the screen right now, and will also be linked in the description. And for more videos like this one, you can head over to my channel, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.